Here are the best bits of this week. Not many.
It's because it started slow and then picked up, that's why.
Yeah, shut your face.
The weekly breakfast bat. Anyone? Anyone order the weekly breakfast bat? With sauce, love.
Hope you're doing well. It's me, Watko, Ian, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late for breakfast, because if you call me late for breakfast, then I won't be here. It will just be music. Today's show is twinned with interplanetary human colonies, potential royal weddings, shark wranglers, pole dancing benefit cheats, and DIY tattoos. Trying to come up with some jokes. Trying to do some jokes. You know, some punchlines, make you laugh, make you giggle at breakfast. Oh, that man is so funny. Chris bag collector Dave Valentine has an assortment of hundreds of old snack packets valued at £10,000. He's going to make a packet there. He's avoiding the credit crunch. Time to finish off the 6 o'clock slurp, because it's almost 7.
Well, I guess it would be.
Okay, so which word has George Michael, who's famously good at slurping, what's he slurped over there? People have been calling up, and I've lost my list of people. Have you got it, Cameron? Where has it gone? Here it is. It's underneath the mirror. Well done to Rich over at Reelstone. Irving in the US of A called us up, the other side of Alfreton. Paul Garrett in Mansfield, Phil Mitchell in Mansfield, Lisa as well texting, all getting right. It, of course, was nice.
Well, I guess it would be.
Simple as that. Anyway, here she is, Lisa, with the news headlines. She's wearing sort of like I don't know, the treasures of the Inca tribes around her neck. Similar to the thing from Titanic.
Yeah.
Did you really go down and grab that from the bottom of the ocean?
I did, after the old woman dropped it in. I thought I'd swim down there and get it. I like it. Anyway, coming up in the news at 7.
Ian Watkins here on Breakfast. We are talking about checking out blokes at the checkout. Yeah, apparently women do it, and they don't look at the face of the man, they look at what's in their basket. From that, they can see whether it's a potential person to have in their lives more permanently. And this is according to a new poll out by the Potato Council. Surely they should be focusing on their potato business, shouldn't they? Rather than doing these kinds of polls. But anyway, that's what they do, you know. In their spare time, they do polls. When they're not baking potatoes, I guess. Men who want to pull at the supermarket should put red wine and fresh fruit and veg into their basket, the study shows. Fresh fish, new potatoes and mince are also turn-ons because women think blokes buying them must be healthy and rich. The top 5 trolley turn-offs are instant soup, cans of lager, tomato ketchup, vodka and fish fingers. And people have been getting in touch, a lot of ladies saying, yeah, they do check out the baskets, but the chances of starting a romance in a supermarket are slim. We've got a few here. Becky Simpson from Rainworth says she likes a man who has puddings in his basket. Pauline in Skegby got talking to a bloke in a supermarket. I would never start talking to a stranger in a supermarket. I'm heads down, get my shopping done kind of a fella. Pauline, though, she started talking to a bloke in a supermarket when it turned out that they liked the same kind of yoghurt. They must have been on the yoghurt aisle. After their first date, it turned out that the only thing in common they had was the liking of this particular yoghurt. She says, don't judge a man by his basket. Well said there, Pauline, well said. Mansfield 103.2, the home of great music. Morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Ian.
Morning.
Oh, sorry, Watko.
Gotta call me Watko. I'm gonna try and get the brand right.
I've got to get the brand
Let's start
Watko.
again. Hang on. Morning, Lisa.
Good morning, Watko.
Hi there.
Hi.
Have you got the headlines?
I do have the headlines for you.
Have you got the headlines out for us today?
The headlines are out for you. Okay, coming up...
Hang on, not yet. Don't be premature with your headlines.
Sorry.
I've got to tell you about something. Are you ready?
I love this.
Okay, give it a go. Here we go. Do you know the way to Titchfield Park? It's gonna be great down at Titchfield Park tomorrow. Do you know the way to Titchfield Park? I'm gonna take you there from 12 to 9 tomorrow. It's party in the park as part of summer in the streets. Lisa, you gonna come along with me? We will see some bands and have some fun, and maybe we will have a little ice cream in the Street Crusader. Do you know the way to Titchfield Park? Bum buddy bum 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 bum.
That's brilliant.
Are you coming?
I am coming.
Awesome. Mansfield 103.2, the home of great music. Billy Ocean, get out of my dreams, get into my car. Was that in one of the Back to the Future movies? I'm not sure. It's 14 minutes past 9. It's Thursday. And I really enjoyed that. We were really getting into it here in the studio because you could do this. Hey! You! No, it's hey, hey! Oh, my goodness. Well, we were getting into it, but he's just an idiot. Right, try again. Hey! 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 It's a little story that sort of got me thinking this morning. I'm wondering what you think on this. David Cameron, the Prime Minister, has pledged the coalition government will launch an uncompromising crackdown on benefit cheats in the autumn. An uncompromising crackdown. The Prime Minister said reducing the £5.2 billion annual cost of fraud and error would be the first and deepest in a series of public spending cuts. And you can understand why he wants to do that. But reading the newspaper today, the Daily Star, I found out the reason why he wants to do an uncompromising crackdown on these benefit cheats is because some of them are pole dancers. It's true. Sexy Carrie-Anne Knight milked thousands of pounds in incapacity benefits whilst working as a pole dancer. So when he's going undercover and going to the first and deepest place, is he going undercover in these pole dancing clubs trying to root out the stripper benefit cheats? Is that what he's up to? 29-year-old fleeced more than, get this, unbelievable, there's £10,000 from taxpayers despite earning a fortune, a small fortune, in a strip club. She told her local benefits office that she was skint and could not work because she was depressed. Oh, yeah, she was very depressed as she spun around on that pole late at night. Anyways, officials put her on incapacity benefit and helped out with her rent and council tax. Oh, don't worry, Carrie-Anne, we'll look after you. But Knight's secret career as a model was blooming, and she soon landed a pole dancing job at a place down south. I won't tell you where it is because we'll all be rushing down there, won't we, to see her at work. And more work flooded in from Lads Mags. Crikey me, there you go. So that's the reason why David Cameron is launching an uncompromising crackdown on these benefit cheats, because a lot of them are pole dancers. Unbelievable. Mansfield 103.2, the home of great music. Midnight Oil, Beds Are Burning, from 1989. When I was a kid going to Berry Hill School, I used to love that. Song as my dad took me in on the school run.
Really?
Yes, really, Rob.
Why did you like it so much?
Just liked it. It's got a good feel to it.
Yeah.
And, anyways, I sort of changed the words there. How do you sleep when the skips are burning? Because this morning, you may not know this, but well, you probably don't know it. On my way into work, there was a fire. I was just coming down Rock Hill in Mansfield in the Mansfield 103.2 taxi cab, and there was smoke billowing across the road. I just got to I think it was the bathrooms place on the left-hand side, and next to them, behind the Sandhills Working Men's Club, there's a big skip there at the moment, and there's also a pile of other rubbish that was up against the wall of the Sandhills Club, on fire. Rob, on fire. So what I did, as a good citizen that I am, I'll phone up the fire brigade, and I waited there until the fire brigade came, and then I sort of let them do their job. I just left and went to go and pick up the papers for this morning. So there you go. That was a pretty eventful morning.
Yeah, well, heroic. I'm impressed.
I wouldn't say it's heroic, because it was just a skip. I don't think any lives were in danger there, but the smoke, was going across the road, and we got the firefighters there. They did their job. They didn't really speak to me. Just like, just went along and did it. They were, they were very focused on what they did. They were there in 5 minutes. Fantastic work by the Mansfield firefighting force.
Definitely, but they weren't very chatty.
They weren't. Well, no. Would you be chatty if you've got to go and put out a fire? You're not going to go, oh, we won't put out the fire. We'll just have a little chat with you for a bit.
How's life treating you, Mr. Watkins?
How you doing in here? No, what are you doing? You going into work to do the breakfast show? There's a fire over there, guys. They don't get into the conversations. They do the conversations after they've done their job.
Did they have a conversation after they'd done their job?
No, because I left because I had to go and get the papers and come and do the show.
Right.
I'm not going to wait around so I can have a conversation with the firefighters. They were doing their job. I'm going to go, hey, oh, mate. I did actually say to one of the guys who was looking for, they have grates on the road where you can get water pumped out, and he was looking for a grate. I said, is that good? It's not going to take you very long, is it? No. That's pretty much all. That's the only content that I had.
Yeah.
No, it's not, mate. We're going to sort it straight away. Fantastic work. Fantastic. The Mansfield firefighters doing what they do best, putting out fires.
And the Mansfield citizens as well, alerting them to it.
Yeah, because as well as me there was a postie, came round the corner, just coming out of Broxtrow Drive. Oh, I've seen that too, mate. And he was on it as well. He was telling me exactly where it was, because I was unsure, because, see, Rock Hill goes into Radcliffe Gate, and it was sort of in the no man's territory. Is it Radcliffe Gate? Is it Rock Hill? Oh, it's on the corner of Broxtowe Drive. I told the lady on the 999 call, and she got them there quick.
Was there a bit of competition between you and the postman? Because if it had been me,
I think it was, because I had to go back in the cab because I couldn't hear because of the crackling fire and the cars going past me. I was parked in a very precarious position. And so I had to close the door, and then the postie obviously thought, I'm going now, he's dealing with it. So I felt as if I blanked the postie. If you're listening, I wasn't blanking you, I was just trying to get this information across, and I'm a bit bumbling. When you're phoning up the fire services, if I have to admit to you, I was a little bit, my heart was racing. Because I don't call 999 on a regular basis.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't, there might be one of those blooper, when they sometimes play out the calls to 999, I don't want it to be a blooper call where there's a bloke going, there's a fire, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, so we dealt with that, nothing special, not heroic, but a story to tell you. But what we could do is, we could do the sport at 6:30 ourselves.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
So I suppose the best... I don't really want to go off the back of the papers, but I can give you a little idea of what the sport's like.
Okay.
The Mirror says, Angry Bex snubs Fabio's offer of a Wembley farewell and vows to play on. David Beckham will refuse Fabio Capello's offer of a farewell appearance for England because he believes he was promised a role in the 2012 campaign. Believes he was promised a role. I actually saw, you probably didn't see this, but I saw the England match and saw the sort of the build-up. I watched the first half of the England match and then got bored. I should have watched the second half because that's where all the action was, but hey, Danny Minogue was calling. And because she's got a television show now. They've all got one, haven't they?
Oh, what? What's happened since I've been away?
She's got one, Jedward's got one, Emma's got one. But yeah, I saw the interview with Fabio Capello where he revealed this exclusively to ITV. Basically, he's an Italian man who can't speak English. That's the reason why he's making these faux pas. And they're saying, this is the pundits, the Andy Townsends of this world are going, well, he's beginning to sound like an idiot, Well, you tried doing it in Italian there, matey, first, but yeah, he sort of went, I think he's too old, he's too old. I don't know whether he was joking or whatever. So will there be a place for David Beckham? I think he's too old to play. Okay, so he's not going to play again. No, I think he's too old to play. That's what he's going to do. It's going to take him a little bit more time to learn the nuances of the English language. But I'm not, defending him, because, he is an idiot.
Okay.
Isn't he?
So, in a nutshell, today's 6:30 sport, Capello, potential idiot with language disability. We're talking with language, he's struggling with the language.
Like you, yes.
And Andy Townsend's angry.
I think it's too old, they can't play. There you go. We should definitely think about doing the sport.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, at 6:30, seeing as though the sports team can't be bothered to do a sports update.
I think that was a success.
I think it's a success.
The Lazy Gardener with Harrison's Nurseries. For all your bedding plants, hanging baskets and gardening needs this summer. Find them on Common Lane, Shirebrook.
Well, here we go. Now, this is my question, if that's all right.
Yes, Ian, yes, no worries.
To start off with. The story this week, it's a Russian fella, was stunned when he found he was growing a pea plant in his lungs. The patient feared that he had a far worse disease, but in fact, the diagnosis came out very bizarre indeed. He had a pea plant in his lungs. And they reckon that a pea, when he ate a pea, it went down the wrong way. It didn't go into his stomach, it went into his lung, and this pea plant started to grow. So my question is, what vegetables can you grow inside you?
Most vegetables, wild seeds, have to go through animals or birds so they germinate. Otherwise, they would not germinate. They have to go through a bird gut or a cow gut. So that's not surprising. That incidentally, peas, just a matter of interest, it was the first vegetable, because it is a vegetable. It was the first one to be canned. They were first.
See what you've done now. See what you've done. You've sort of avoided my question.
Yeah.
Let me try again.
Yeah.
This man.
Paxman style, I like it.
Had a pea plant growing in his lungs. My question is, what vegetables can you grow inside you?
You can grow a lot of veggies. There's a lot of veggies that can be rooted inside you. Many years ago, if you'd got a broken thumb and they stitched it back on, they would put that thumb into your chest cavity so it healed better. That was one of the old-fashioned methods. So the human body is a perfect environment for germinating a lot of things. The trouble is, if you eat things, it goes through you. But If it's put somewhere out of the way, like in a lung, it's got a nice environment, it's moist, it's out of the way, it will grow.
So there you go. You can grow pretty much anything in your lungs.
That's right. And
I want to grow leeks in me. Where do I plant those?
Well, that puts a new dimension onto I want to leave.
It does.
The Weekly Breakfast Bap.
So they're the best bits from the week. Most of the stuff from Friday. Surprise, surprise. But something happened on Wednesday, Cam. We had, this is our best clip of the week. Best clip of the week, as voted for by the Breakfast team. That's it.
Yep.
So, Cam, explain.
We had a bit of a debate. A man in Norway sort of was attacked by a polar bear when he was on a kayaking trip, and then in the end he had this sort of...
Right, I'm bored of you now. Here it is. Now, we're talking about a story in the news this morning about some Norwegian blokes that went up to the Arctic on a kayaking trip, and one of them got mauled by a polar bear and almost died, and the polar bear, eventually they managed to get to grips with it and they killed the polar bear. My opinion on this is that basically there is no way he should have been there in the first place. Whereas Cameron, my producer, says...
People want to explore and see the world a bit. It's just unfortunate that the polar bear happened to be there.
I think that the Norwegian guy deserved to die. I know that's quite harsh.
It's
I know it's
very harsh.
for a Wednesday morning and all that. Dennis from Mansfield is on the line. Dennis, what do you reckon?
Well, I reckon you're dead right, Ian. There's too much of these people going and exploring and expecting nothing to be there. These animals have been there for thousands of years, long before we ever appeared. And if you go on these explorations, you must realise that there will be a certain amount of danger.
Well, exactly.
They still had no right whatsoever to kill that bear.
They shouldn't have done. They shouldn't have killed it. Right?
You're dead right. Old Smorgasbord shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Smorgasbord. His name's Sebastian, not Smorgasbord.
Well,
right, listen, this is what he says. The bear grabbed me by the head and began shaking me. It changed its grip and bit me on the shoulder and my back, okay? I grabbed for the gun, I tried to shoot it, but it snapped it in half. Right. And at one point, you see, that's the point there, you see, as soon as he snapped the gun in half, might as well just succumb to it, as far as I'm concerned. Right, okay, at one point, it stood on its back legs with me in its mouth. Right, so there you go. And then
these animals are born to kill. That's all they know. They have to kill to survive. It doesn't matter whether it's a seal or whether it's a human being. Meat's meat to them.
Dennis, stay there, because you've got somebody else. I want to get on the line here, who has just called us up. Hello, who's this?
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
Yes, it's me, the polar bear man.
Okay, is this Sebastian?
Yes, Sebastian here.
Okay, well, I've got...
My English is a little, fluffy.
Okay, well, it's great that you've called in.
Yes, of course.
Dennis and me think that really you should have been mauled.
Yes, well, that's very kind of you to say. I don't know whether I agree, though. Yes, very dangerous times. It was very quite scary and lots of... Yes, please.
Dennis, have you got anything you want to ask Sebastian?
Yeah, he sounds a bit Russian.
Sounds a bit odd.
I came from Russia and moved to Norway many years ago.
Well, Sebastian, I have to say, the polar bear was there. The polar bear has to kill to survive.
Yes, but
you can go to a supermarket and get your food. The polar bear can't. He has to kill to survive. And you were there in his territory, in his hometown, if you like.
Yes, listen, my friend, you cannot get polar bear meat from Norway supermarket. Maybe you can in the...
No, I didn't mean that. You can go and buy a steak or whatever from the supermarket. The polar bear can't. He has to kill to survive.
Yes, that's right. And so there's human in Norway. You ever been to Norway?
No, but I would like to go. It's very nice.
Yes, well, if you come here, bring big knife, because you need to survive and kill the polar bear.
Right, actually, Dennis, to be honest with you, I'm not really sure whether that guy there is a real person, Dennis, if I'm honest. I'm sorry about that.
No.
I was a bit embarrassed by that. Why did you put that guy through?
I thought you sort of might have heard us, and he had a valid point. I thought the Sebastian. I thought he wanted to give his side of the story.
Yeah. No. I think the guy was pulling my leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a smorgasbord, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, Cameron, you're an idiot for putting him through, and you're an idiot for having your opinions. Dennis, thank you very much for getting involved.
Ian, have a good day.
Take care.
The Weekly Breakfast Bap. Join us next week for more.